Hello students, how are you? Now today we will continue with our chapter 1, that is chemical reaction and equations. In previous two lectures we discussed about what is the meaning of chemical reaction, how we can identify whether chemical reaction occur or not. Later on we discuss about the balancing of chemical equation. Different example of the chemical equations was taken for the balancing purpose. Now, in our today's lecture, we will discuss about the type of chemical reactions. Chemical reaction is occur, but different type of reactions is there. Means actually what's happen in the chemical reactions. So in chemical reactions, maybe breaking or making a bond is occur between the atoms. Why? Because the number of atoms is remain same on both the side in chemical reaction. So that atom is attached with some another atom is going to dissociate, and later on it is going to attach with the some next atom and will produce the new product. So in simple sense we can say is that the chemical reaction involve the breaking and making of the bond between the atom and to produce the new substance. Different type of chemical reaction is there. In this chapter we will discuss the total 5 types of the chemical reactions: combinations reactions, decompositions reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reactions, and oxidation reactions. So first one, that is the combinations reactions. Now what is the meaning of combinations reaction? So combinations reaction, as name it explains that combinations means the combine. Okay, so simple. Here in the combinations reaction, two or more than two reactant is going to react with each other and make the single product. Means the single product is produced from two or more than two reactant, that is called as the combinations reaction. If we talk about the example, so here first common example, that is the calcium oxide. Okay, that is also called as a quicklime. When we add the quicklime into the water, so it will produce the slake lime, calcium hydroxide. Okay, this process was occur in past. Okay, means in past means when the whitewashing was used. Okay, house whitewashing is there. So on that time this calcium oxide powder is added into the water, means the quicklime is added into the water and it is converted into the slake lime, calcium hydroxide, and that slake lime is applied on the surface of the wall. So here this one is the one example of the combinations reaction. So two reactant, calcium oxide plus water, two reactant is going to combine with each other and make the single product, that is the calcium hydroxide. In this process the large amount of heat is going to produce. Generally, not in all the cases, generally the combinations reaction is exothermic in nature. Now what is the meaning of exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction? Two type of reaction is there on the basis of productions of heat. Okay, so here if the heat is going to produced, heat is going to evolve, then this type of reaction is called as a exothermic reaction. And if the heat is required for the reaction, then it is called as a endothermic reaction. So here in this process the heat is going to produce, so this type of reaction is called as a exothermic reaction. Generally in the combinations reaction, when the two or more than two reactant is going to combine with each other and make the single product, means the free energy of the individual atom is going to evolve in form of heat, so it is going to produce the heat, so it is called as a exothermic. So here in this process it is going to produce. Now second example, that is the burning of coal. So simple, carbon black is there. When the carbon black is going to burn in the presence of oxygen, it will produce the carbon dioxide. So here also the two component is react with each other and make the single product, so it is also the example of the combinations reaction. Third one, when the hydrogen gas is burned in presence of oxygen, it will produce the H2O as a byproduct. It will produce the H2O as a byproduct. So burning of hydrogen gas in presence of oxygen produce the water molecule. Actually this hydrogen gas is used as a fuel in rocket. So when the hydrogen gas is going to burn in presence of oxygen, it will produce the water molecule. So it is also the example of combinations reaction. So here these are the example of the combination reactions, in which in simple sense we can say is that the two or more than two substance is going to combine and to form a single product. Now we already discussed that many of the combinations reactions is exothermic in nature. Exothermic reaction means the process in which the heat is going to produce, heat is going to release. This type of reactions is called as exothermic reactions. Now few example of the exothermic reactions is given here, that is a mixing of calcium oxide with the water, that we already discussed first reaction. Second one is the burning of natural gas. We know that in natural gas the main component is methane. So burning of methane in presence of oxygen will produce the carbon dioxide and water molecule. Now the next process, that is the respiration process. Okay, our natural respiration process is also example of the exothermic process. It produces the heat, it produces the energy, it produces the, any process in which the energy is going to produce, means the heat is produced, otherwise any energy is going to produce, then this type of reaction should be called as a exothermic reaction. So respirations, okay, so simply we require the energy to remain alive. So whatever the food that we take in our routine life, that food is broken down by our digestive tract. Later on, the simpler form of the food, that is nothing but the glucose, that glucose is enter into the cell. Inside the cell, here inside the cell, glucose combined with the oxygen that is taken by the respiration process. Okay, glucose combined with the oxygens in the cell of our body, and it will produce the energy. Here the glucose in presence of oxygen and water, it will produce the carbon dioxide, side by side it will produce the water molecule and energy. So this process in which the energy is going to produce, so that's why this one is called as a exothermic reaction. And last example of the exothermic reaction, that is the decompositions of vegetable matters into the compost, means whatever the vegetable parts is there. Okay, if you talk about the farm waste, okay, so when the decompositions of this farm waste is occur, it will be converted into the compost. So that process is also the example of the exothermic reactions. Okay, so generally the combinations reaction is a exothermic reaction. Okay, only few reactions is there is not a exothermic, even though it is combinations reaction. Now we will move to the second reaction, that is the decompositions reactions. So decompositions reaction is opposite to the combinations reaction. Combinations reaction in which the two or more than two reactant is going to combine with each others and make the single product. So decompositions reactions is in which the single product, means sorry, single reactant is going to is undergo the breakdown process and produce the two or more than two product component. So the single reactant is break down into the two or more than two product, then this type of reaction should be called as a decompositions reaction. Now here the larger molecule is going to break and convert into the smaller molecules, right? So for breaking process, any bond is going to break, so for breaking process energy is required to supply. Okay, energy is required to provide. So generally decomposition reactions is endothermic in nature. Endothermic reactions means the reactions in which heat is required, heat is required. So this type of process is called as an endothermic reaction. Energy is required, this type of reaction is called as a endothermic reaction. So here decompositions means the breaking, for the breaking of larger molecule the different energy is required. If the energy is provided in terms of heat, then this type of decompositions is called as a thermal decomposition. If the energy is required in terms of electricity, then it is called as a electrical decomposition. If the energy required in form of light, then it is called as a light decomposition. So three type of decompositions reaction is there: thermal decompositions reaction, electrical decompositions reaction, and light decompositions reactions. Now first we will start with the thermal decompositions reaction, means the process in which the heat play the important role, means by providing the heat if we are capable to convert the larger molecule into the two or more than two smaller molecule, then this type of process, this type of chemical reaction should be called as a thermal decomposition reaction. Here one interesting example is the ferrous sulfate crystals, that is the FeSO4 7H2. Here the 7H2 is the water for crystallization, is the part of water for crystallization that we already discussed in our ninth standard. FeSO4.7H2. Now when we provide the initial heating, on that time the FeSO4 is not undergo the breakdown process. Sorry, initially the FeSO4.7H2 is converted into the FeSO4 plus 7H2, means the water molecule is going to remove from the FeSO4. So FeSO4 converted from colored substance to colorless substance. Later on, FeSO4 upon heating converted into the Fe2O3 plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. So FeSO4 upon heating produce the Fe2O3, that is the ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur trioxide. So here the one molecule is converted into the three smaller molecules, means this one is a thermal decomposition reaction. Another example is, that is the calcium carbonate. When I am going to heat the calcium carbonate at very high temperature, no doubt in this the very high temperature is required, it is around 1000 Kelvin or more than that. So calcium carbonate is upon heating is converted into the calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So one molecule is converted into the two smaller molecules, so it is also a thermal decomposition example of thermal decomposition reaction. Later on, the another example, that is the heating of lead nitrate powder. Lead nitrate powder is that when I will take the lead nitrate powder into the test tube, and if I heat over the burner, so fumes is produced. Okay, brown fumes is produced. Okay, that fumes is of nitrogen dioxide gas. Okay, so here it is converted into the lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide and oxygen molecule. So it is also the example of thermal decomposition reactions. So when the heat is required for decompositions of the larger molecule into the smaller molecule, then this type of decomposition reactions should be called as a thermal decomposition reaction. Now next example, that is the electrolysis of the water, that is the example of electrical decomposition, means electricity is required for the decomposition of the water. We know that when we provide the heating to the ice, so ice is converted into the vapor. When I provide the heating to the water, liquid water, it is converted into the vapor water. But in this all the cases, if I provide the heat to the vapor also, yet it is remain as a H2O form, means in ice also it is in the H2O form, in water also it is in the H2O form, and in vapor also it is in the H2O form. That chemically is not going to change, only physical changes occur if I provide the heat to the water molecule. Water structure, that is the H2O. How to iso means how to separate the hydrogen and oxygen from the H2O molecule. So we cannot separate by providing the heat. If I increase the temperature up to 1000, 2000, 3000, yet water molecule is not going to degrade, otherwise is not undergo the breakdown process. Only the temperature of steam is going to increase, but breakdown process is not initiated by heating of the water. So how to facilitate the breakdown of this water molecule? So it can be break, that water molecule can be break with the help of electricity, means with the help of the electrolysis process. Okay, so electricity is required for the breakdown of the water molecule. Here this one is, okay, we can set like this structure, that is one plastic mug is there. Here process is explained, here simple process is there. Okay, we can take the plastic mug, later on we will make the two holes at a base. Okay, we feed the rubber stopper in this hole, insert the carbon electrode, two electrode, anode and cathode. It is set into the rubber stopper, and this both the electrode is connected to the 6 volt battery. Now fill the mug with the water such that the electrode are completely immersed and few drop of dilute sulfuric acid is added to the water. So here by this way we can set the assembly. This one is the assembly. Okay, here mug is there, this one is the two electrode. Okay, it is connected to the battery, 6-volt battery is there. One electrode is anode, second one is the cathode. This one is the anode, this one is the cathode. Now here we will place the two test tube in inverted conditions over the electrode and we will start the electricity. Now what's happened in this process? In this process water is there, right? Now water is the poor conductor of the electricity, so to increase the conductivity of water, here we add the few drops of the H2SO4. Purpose of the H2SO4 is just to induce the ionizations of the water molecule. Water molecule is not easily undergo the ionizations. Okay, it undergo the ionization in presence of the acid. So here H2SO4, few drops of the H2SO4 is added into the water to induce the ionizations of the water. Water is undergo the ionizations H plus and OH minus ion is formed, right? Now here two ions is produced, that is the H plus and OH minus. Now anode. Anode means the positive pole and cathode means the negative pole. So negative pole will definitely attract the positive ion. So H plus is attracted toward the cathode and OH minus is attracted toward the anode, right? Means here this one is the anode electrode and this one is the cathode electrode. So toward the cathode electrode H plus ion is going to attract and toward the anode electrode OH minus is going to attract. So when the H plus reach to the cathode, that H plus will receive the electron from the cathode, receive the electron. Why? Because the cathode is the negative pole. So H plus receive the electron from the cathode and converted into the H2 gas. 2H plus receive the 2 electron and converted into the H2 gas at cathode. So at cathode H2 gas is going to produce and at anode O2 gas is going to produce. So H2O due to the electricity convert into the H2 gas and O2 gas. Here when the two molecule of the H2O is undergo the electrolysis process, so two molecule of the hydrogen gas is produced and one molecule of the oxygen is produced. So here always the hydrogen gas is double than the oxygen gas. So here we observe that here oxygen is produced here, oxygen is produced here and hydrogen is produced here. So you can visualize that the oxygen quantity is comparatively less than the hydrogen quantity. Why? Because when the two molecule of hydrogen is undergo the electrolysis, two molecule of the water is undergo the electrolysis, produce the two molecule of the hydrogen gas and only one molecule of the oxygen gas. So that's why the hydrogen quantity is always double than the oxygen quantity in electrolysis process. This oxygen is produced in this process. It is used at hospital to provide the oxygen to the patient. Okay, whatever the oxygen cylinder that is available at hospital, it is produced by this way. And this one is the laboratory based apparatus. This one is the laboratory based. This apparatus that we can make at our home manually. This apparatus, mug apparatus, we can prepare at our home manually, and this apparatus is available in chemistry lab. Okay, now here we already discussed this whole the process, how assembly can be set. So it is the example of electrical decomposition. With the help of electricity, we provide the breakdown, means we facilitate the breakdown of the H2 molecule and H2 gas and oxygen gas is produced by this electrolysis. process. Now third decomposition process, that is the light decomposition process. In this decompositions, light is required. Light is required in this decomposition process. Simple example is that suppose if I take the silver chloride, I will take the silver chloride in watch glass, and if I place this watch glass in open area where the sunlight is fall, so definitely the color of the silver chloride is converted, means from white color it is converted to the gray color. Silver chloride from white silver chloride is converted into the gray color, in presence of sunlight. Why? Because this AgCl in presence of sunlight is converted to the Ag, is converted into the silver, and we know that the silver having a gray shade. So here the breakdown of the AgCl occur in presence of light, so it is called as a light decomposition. Sunlight provides the sufficient energy for breakdown of the AgCl into the Ag. The same example, that is the AgBr. AgBr is converted into the AgNBr2. Okay, here breakdown of the AgBr into the AgN bromine gas. Okay, this concept was used in past for black and white photography. Okay, means negative. Okay, I think so you heard about nowadays the digital concept is there, but in past negative. Okay, black and white negative was available, so that negative was in this silver bromide solutions. So this silver bromide concept was used in past. Silver bromide solution is used for black and white photography. So breakdown of this silver bromide is also occur in presence of the sunlight. So it is the example of light decompositions process. Okay, so decompositions in simple sense we can say is that in summarized form, so decompositions reactions require energy either in form of heat, either in form of light, either in form of electricity for breaking down the reactant. The reaction in which the energy is absorbed is known as a endothermic reaction. Generally decompositions reaction is the endothermic reaction, right? So this is about the decomposition reactions. Now I think so displacement reactions that we will see in our next lecture. Thank you very much. In our next lecture we will discuss about the remaining three reactions, that is the displacement reaction, later on double displacement reaction, and oxidation reduction reactions. Okay, thank you very much.